What's up, everybody? This is the Rabid Hedgehog, and I do apologize for this kind of awkward little setting, but there's a laptop and microphone down here, so I'm going to have it cut, right up here, and that way you can also see behind me, because that is going to be our topic of discussion today, is the brand new 2021 Honda Rebel 1100. But before we get there, let me talk about Law Tigers of Oklahoma. Just real fast, if this is before December 15th, Law Tigers of Oklahoma is sponsoring a giveaway. Wait until the end of the video or visit the description below for the link to go to the giveaway. And if you're an Oklahoma resident, be sure to sign up, and that way you can win one of three prizes, either an EFTR, a toolbox with some tools included, or a $100 gift card to Cycle Gear. So check out the end of the video if you want to get more details. Let's go ahead and dive in to what is important about this new motorcycle. So before we go completely into that discussion, if you recall, earlier this year, I discussed a couple of things about the American motorcycle manufacturers that we have, Harley-Davidson and Indian. Two very old companies. Of course, one of them is a revival of an older company. The other one has been around for a very long time, but it seems to be standing still. And I discussed what they need to do to become better and more competitive, and what they could do to possibly win over new riders. But that was really before COVID-19 truly took off and really changed the industry and what is happening right now, because now everybody's selling motorcycles. You have Indian selling motorcycles, you have Triumph selling motorcycles, BMW, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki. Everybody's selling out of everything. And the biggest thing is that with Honda's revolutionary tiny motorcycles, the Grom, the Monkey, the Super Cub, and also the new Trail 125, some of the scooters and some of the lighter things that get more people onto motorcycles, that make motorcycles more successful and accessible to people, has really been playing into their favor right now. And of course, they're still looking to capitalize on more market with an aging cruiser line with the Shadow 750, the Rebels being a little bit smaller side with a 300 and a 500. Honda really had a big opening to do something with their motorcycle, and that's what this 1100 Rebel truly is a refreshing thing to come out. It really is refreshing in that they are acknowledging that they need to compete with the American big boys and the Triumphs and the other motorcycles that are standard type cruisers that are coming out. Of course, Kawasaki's W800, this one shadows that one. It shadows anything from Harley, from the Street Series all the way to the Sportster Series. It is just going to be a very cool and awesome addition to the lineup that I'm actually truly excited about. I'm very excited for Honda's new Rebel 1100, and I'm not paid by Honda in any way. It's just something that will hopefully kick off some better competition in the long run, because the Japanese really haven't been in the cruiser market as of recent, with everybody really pulling out of the cruiser market. Suzuki's aging lineup, Yamaha's terrifying Bolt. I don't care what people say. I get that it's more reliable, but it tries so hard to be a Harley. I don't want it to be a better Harley. I want it to be a Yamaha. I want the Rebel 1100 to not be a Harley. I want it to be a Honda. And that's what we're getting. We're getting a parallel twin. We're getting something that is different. We're going back in time. We're not putting a V-twin in it. We're not making it heavy. We're not feet out. We're not going VTX style. We are doing modern trellis frames and modern electronics and modern technology. We are looking at a motorcycle that is coming in at an incredibly good price point for what's coming on it, and we'll discuss that as well. So in talking about the American motorcycle manufacturers needing to step down a little bit to meet this market, to go to the smaller displacements, to try to reach more people, it seemingly didn't happen because COVID really made motorcycles take off, unless you're Harley Davidson, who, by the way, you are the dumbest, stupidest company that ever has faced the planet to try to tell us that your somehow an exclusive motorcycle manufacturer that deserves the price of these motorcycles, that you're not going to be building as many because you're going to go back to the old roots. You canceled the Bronx, you canceled several little projects, you're pulling out of different markets, you're killing yourself because you believe somehow or another you're a premium motorcycle, and you're not. You're still mass produced. So get with the program, be a mass produced motorcycle, come down to the level of the other people and beat them that way. That's all I need to say about Harley. You guys are being really stupid. Your new CEO needs to be fired just as much as Matt walked away as well. He's an idiot. Get back with the program. Bring out the Bronx that can be from 500 to 975. Bring back the other projects that you were thinking about besides just the Pan America and the other one. And you'll probably get rid of the Pan America anyway because people are going to see it like the Night Rod and just write it off as not being a Harley Davidson. You're not being smart with what you're doing, and you're not going to do anything by going back to your roots because your roots are dying. And what hasn't died yet, Indian has already taken because their bikes are better. Sorry, Harley, get with the program. Now Honda's coming for you. For the young riders that you may have gotten, you're dead. Face it or get with the program. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Let's get back to Honda. So let's go ahead and start the video that Honda produced back here. There's not going to be any sound with it. Let's hope that the ad doesn't pop up behind me, but this is going to be the Honda 1100 Rebel, which has been rumored for a very long time. Of course, I'm a little late to the ball game in getting this out there because of work and COVID and all the fun things that's coming out. But I was truly impressed with everything they're putting into this motorcycle for the price point that they're doing for this motorcycle. It's under 10 grand. There isn't an Indian Scout that's under 10 grand, and there really isn't a very good Sportster that's under 10 grand. We'll put it that way. This is coming in at a price point that beats them all. And of course, it's going to outpower the Sportsters. It's going to be in between the Scout 60 and the Scout 1130. So you're looking at kind of a motorcycle that stands between them. It's going to be between the Street Cut Triumph and also the Bonnevilles, but it's going to undercut their price by over $1,000. It comes in at a very, very attractive price of $92.99 with a 6-speed manual and $99.99 if you want to go all the way with an automatic. Pretty impressive for some high-tech stuff there to be that low in cost, especially when you look up market to the Americans and the British, who are charging a lot more for their motorcycles. Now, granted, the Triumphs do have a lot more technology built into them, so that does help them out on that regard, but the American motorcycles are simply kind of need to look at this one and think about their lives. This one's coming in with a bigger front fork at 43 millimeters than any of the Scouts. It's coming in over 100 pounds lighter in some cases to some of these other motorcycles. Now, granted, most of the Scouts weigh around 560 pounds, and this one's coming in at 509 if you're going to get the DCT. But 489 pounds with a manual transmission. That is a light motorcycle, especially with projected horsepower being around 82, and foot-pound of torque is going to be around 79. So that's really impressive. That's, in fact, more horsepower and torque than your Scout 60s at 999 cc. And, of course, it's a little bit less than what the Scout 1130 is going to offer. It's around the same ballpark as your Triumph, but it's slapping the Harley in the face by a long shot in terms of power and everything. Of course, the lighter weight is what's going to truly help this motorcycle, because even if the Scout has more power, this one has a lot less weight to carry around. And it comes in with a very attractive seat height too for newer riders or experienced riders that don't want to stretch all the way to the ground and be on their tippy toes. 27.5 inches. You're looking at a very cool motorcycle. Now, if I'm looking down, I'm going to be looking at my laptop for some specifications and some other things to go around. So when we're looking at everything that's coming with it, like I said, you do have the 6-speed manual or the 6-speed DCT. And like I said, you get a 43 millimeter fork, and all the Scouts are 41 millimeter. So you get a bigger fork. You get 3.7 inches of travel on the rear as well. You get 4.8 inches on that front fork of travel on this suspension. So you get a fairly decent long travel for a cruiser type motorcycle. You're getting ABS on the bike straight out of the box. You're getting cruise control with ride-by-wire technology straight out of the box. You're getting things that the other bikes just don't have. Even the Triumphs don't have that, even though they have rain mode and some power modes and some electronics and some traction control and some other things. They don't have cruise, and that is kind of a game changer when it comes to this price point and motorcycling. That is a really, really cool feature. And of course, they're touting, and you'll see some of the accessories that'll come up in the background: a batwing fairing, rider pillion, the backrest, the bags, and everything that you can put on this motorcycle to kind of dress it up. And that's kind of taking away from the Americans who have done the same thing with the Scout and the Harley and the other things of that nature, where they're selling these packs and sets of equipment for the motorcycles. They're kind of doing the same thing with the Rebel to make it more customizable for what you want to do. I know it only comes in two colors right now, black and red, but, eventually they might be getting some things. Another thing about this one is it does have a little bit more fuel than the American bikes. The American bikes either have 2.1 gallons, 3.2, 3.3. And then this one's coming in at 3.6 gallons. Of course, we don't know what it's going to get in fuel economy just yet, so we will have to see on that. But the thing is you're looking at the fact that they came in at only 487 pounds. They came in at 509 pounds of the DC2 transmission, where the Scouts and the Harleys and some of the others are well into the 550s, 560s range. This is more Triumph territory in terms of the weight. And that's going to be very, very helpful on a motorcycle like this. And the look of it is pretty stunning too. If you can see that behind me, they did a very good job at designing this. It really does look like an upscaled version of the original Rebel. And of course, this is coming in with LED lights. It's coming in with a fully featured dash. It's coming in with quite a bit of technology. It comes with a storage thing under the seat with a USB charger. It comes with some neat little features that American companies just don't do. And that is putting them on notice. So tell me your thoughts about the Rebel 1100 that's coming out, because like I said, I'm impressed. I'm happy with what Honda is up to on this one. It's looking like an awesome motorcycle. I really can't wait to ride it, but the problem is our dealers here in Oklahoma do not allow test rides. Yeah. So it makes me so mad that I probably won't be able to ride this until it comes up used at Indian of Oklahoma City, because that's just how it normally is for me, unfortunately, in this area. But I would really, really love to throw a leg over this bike and take it for a rip, because this is one of the more exciting cruisers that I have seen in a while. So at any rate, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. And if you are an Oklahoma resident and you're very interested in the Law Tigers program, right now they are giving away an EFTR from Sooner Indian, a toolbox that's been customized by Southside Sleds with tools included, and also a $100 gift certificate from Cycle Gear. So visit the website on this flyer here, and that way you have the ability to be in this drawing by December 15th. And also there will be a link below in the description. Once again, I also want to thank AGV Sport USA for the gear that we ride in. So if your knees are in the breeze while the frost is on the leaves, then go ahead and take out AGV Sport USA as well for the wintertime gear that will keep you warm and safe while riding. At any rate, keep that shiny side up, folks, and we'll catch you on the next ride.